You mentioned it a minute ago with that dinner table scene.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, it's your whole performance. But I mean, what you do in that dinner table scene, it's after, for anybody that hasn't seen it yet, it's after the incarceration. It's after she's been just, beaten and arrested. And she gets out and there's this dinner scene. And it's with all the other actors there, from Fantasia to Louis Gossett Jr.
Coleman.
Coleman.
Corey, John Batiste.
They're all there.
Yeah.
But you have the hardest job in that dinner table scene, because there's a laughter and then the crying, and you let it all out, and you slowly see Sophia get herself back.
Yeah.
How did you do that?
Oh my gosh, I wanted people to feel humanity. I wanted people to feel the heart and soul of Black women, because I think it's very easy to deem a woman like Sophia as angry, as an angry Black woman, or deem a lot of us as that. And you can insert yourself in however that is. That's what I wanted, for people to insert themselves, whatever, their fight is or whatever they've been going through, that they can see themselves through Sophia. And for Black women, sometimes we are deemed as that. And so I felt like I had an opportunity to humanize her and not make her be the bad guy in the situation. And so getting to enter into it with humor, which I think is the easiest way to pierce into someone's heart, is make them laugh and hook them, And then so I did that, and then immediately hit them with like, what's real. And I know for myself, in my trauma, I've hidden a lot of my pain through laughing and making jokes. And so I felt this was an opportunity to show like how sometimes we're really feeling underneath all of that. And so that's what I held on to. I also held on to going back to Alice Walker's words and what she wrote on the page, and the experience that Sophia is having with Celie, and how she survived that moment of, watching Celie's actions and how quiet she's had to be, and that being part of her survival. Like, making herself small was a part of Celie's survival. Now is how Sophia survived the 6 years in our story, the 12 years in the book, of prison. And so a lot of people have their own prisons that they are trying to get out of. And so to be that example of the strongest bird, finding a way out of that cage that they've had and finding their wings again and flying, was just so great. And I think so necessary to people's healing and growth. But one other thing I wanted to add to that is also really counting on those that came before me and bringing their pain and trauma into the experience that I'm having as the vessel, as the deliverer, and being able to honor all of the women who have felt like Sophia, Celie as well, And I say that because what a lot of people don't know about that scene is that I had to do that particular thing 3 times.
Well, that's
in 3
what I
different
kept
days.
thinking. You had to do it over and over again.
Well, because it's one thing to do it in that day. We're going to do this scene. Let's call it scene number 15. We're doing scene number 15 this day. We're allotting so many hours to that scene. Well, we did that scene with nobody there but Corey and myself, because what was happening was everyone caught COVID. So now I'm just acting with stand-ins and Corey and myself in the room. Call me back the next day because they were like, this is great, but we want to get it because now more cast is free and COVID free. We do it again another day. And what people don't know is like it being like going from giving everything and, letting it go, giving everything, letting it go is a lot to do. But somehow we made it through after the third time, and having everyone there and COVID free, we got what we got.
Which take did they use?
To be honest, I'm pretty sure they could have used the first one because they were like, You're like,
I delivered.
Honey, every time your girl brought it, honey. Okay,
I don't even know which take. They were all perfect.
No lie, they were. That's like, they really were, because I saw the dailies. They were great, but they were like, we just want to have Fantasia's shoulder in the shot, and I was like, you're kidding me?
They're like, well, we want every angle.
Y'all didn't think about that when I was doing it with nobody there, with an extra in the. I'm like, are you kidding me? But that's okay. The things we do for our craft,
magic. Yeah, exactly.
The stuff we do for our craft, the sacrifices, and I would do it 100 times over now. I definitely would.